Hi everyone, Natalie here from Pobok ZA, and this is my first attempt at the F1 Esports gFinity Challenge scenario. You start off, of course, in the Force India at Monza. Your aim is to get onto the podium, and the scenario kicks off right behind Felipe Massa in the Williams within DRS range, so you're able to dispatch him quite early on into turn 1. From there on, we set off after the two Red Bulls of Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. One of the important factors for this scenario is you've got to really manage when and how you run your engine in rich revs, because if you do it for all of the remaining 4 laps, you will run out of fuel before you reach the checkered flag, and obviously that'll affect where you end up in this scenario. Nevertheless, you have the advantage of running on fresh, super soft tires. That's going to give you the ability to brake much later than the cars around you that you need to pass, as you can see with the move we pull off on the two Red Bulls right now. Pretty sweet move into turn 1.
Start, ladies.
A la Daniel Ricciardo at the 2014 Hungarian Grand Prix on Fernando Alonso, of course, was still racing for Ferrari at that point. We set off after the two Mercedes. First up is Valtteri Bottas and then Lewis Hamilton. At this stage, it's Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari who's leading the race on Ferrari's home circuit, of course. Again, we have a much superior tyre than the cars around us, which makes it a whole lot easier to close them up, especially in the braking zones. But still, you got to be precise when you're pulling off these moves, because the AI in F1 2017 will fight tooth and nail for every last centimetre of circuit, and of course for their positions. Spot your braking marker into turn 1. You can see how much we close up on the Mercedes of Bottas due to our fresher tyres. We begin to line him up. We may have a go at him a little bit later in the lap, perhaps not into the second chicane at the moment, still too far away. Nevertheless, again, we close up in the braking zone. At this stage, Romain Grosjean is out of the race. Perhaps it was a brake issue, maybe not. Out of the second Lesmo, we're in DRS range, which gives us a little bit of added top-end speed. The braking zone into Variante Ascari is really short. Nevertheless, we go for it on the brakes, and we're able to pull off the move on Valtteri Bottas. Up next is Lewis Hamilton. Has taken over the championship lead from Sebastian Vettel. First time this season that Hamilton is leading the 2017 driver standings. Will be interesting to see what happens in Singapore next week. It should be a Ferrari circuit, unlike Monza. You can see a flash of red there going past. That's obviously Sebastian Vettel. Again, we close up quite a lot in the braking zone. We're getting ever closer through Curva Grande on Hamilton. You can see we pick up a really nice slipstream, and we're able to do him on the brakes into that second chicane. We cut across the curbs. It's no bother really for the Force India, which seems to be quite a well-settled car around the Monza circuit. At this stage, we're thinking we might be able to get Sebastian Vettel. The aim is, of course, to finish on the podium. The higher up you finish and the quicker you do it, the more points you'll earn, and the higher up you'll be on the rankings in terms of this competition. You can see the Haas of Kevin Magnussen currently ahead of Sebastian Vettel. He's about to be lapped. Big Vettel gets him on this back straight before they get to Parabolica. We were able to brake a lot later than the Haas. Doesn't have good traction out of the corner either. We do. I was thinking that we could get a bit of slipstream, but he's just too slow out of there. So we duck around him as quickly as we can. Again, very important to spot your braking marker into turn 1. You can see how much we were able to close up on Sebastian Vettel in that braking zone. By this stage, we're quite excited at the prospect of perhaps winning the race and getting more points. Important also to note that the less assists you ride with, and of course the higher you set your AI difficulty, the more points you'll earn in this competition. But for myself, I'm under no illusion that I'm going to trouble anywhere near the top end of the leaderboard on this competition. I'm just doing this scenario because honestly it was just absolutely so much fun. At the end of it, we're not able to get Sebastian Vettel, but we do finish second. If you like this video, please hit subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. Any suggestions that you'd like to make are more than welcome.